Ah!
Have you found something? Anything to indicate who killed Sir... Have you found something? Anything to indicate who killed Sir Etienne? I could help you figure out what happened here, if you tell me what you found. I might not have your eye for detail, but I knew Sir Etienne well. I'm sorry, but I don't see how that could be related. Do you think Sir Etienne was reading the book when he was killed? It's a pretty dry topic to just pick up for no reason. She hadn't mentioned having a son. Hardly damning evidence, though. If that proves anything, I think it shows that the only person who didn't kill him was Medya. Why treat someone if you expected to kill them? So they were comfortable, or in no hurry. Perhaps Medya washed her hands before going outside. They say the witchmen lust after the scent of blood. So they weren't concerned that Medya or I would discover what happened. Either that, or they just didn't care if anyone found the scene, assuming that it would blend in with the carnage outside. Sir Etienne doesn't look like he put up a fight. That's not like him, even if he was hit from behind. His leg's been tended to. Looks like he was attacked while eating. What else? He didn't know anyone here that I know of. Who could he possibly trust enough to lower his guard? That would take a lot of force, all things considered. Sir Etienne's armor was in fine shape. His squire would see to that. What is it? I find it hard to believe that a goodly old midwife would have anything to do with this heartless slaughter. Her apprentice Robert Foucher is down by the docks. I imagine he would be a good place to start asking questions.
I'm nearly out of supplies treating all these wounded guards. If you have something to ask, be quick about it. Kinnereth's tears. She's been taking too many risks in trying to treat the wounded who haven't fled here. You didn't find her dead out there, did you? That's a relief, I think. What did you want to ask me about then? In all the years I've been her apprentice, more than 3 now, I've never heard her say an unkind thing. She's the closest thing this dumpy little fishing hamlet has to a leader. A son? It would be the first I've heard of it. Medea is like a mother to a lot of us, but she's never raised any children that I know of. She hasn't lived to be as old as she is without being careful. I hope she's all right. She lived here when the Reachmen came down out of the hills before, with the Black Drake. There's not much to tell. Most of the people here are fishermen. The longest journey most of us have ever taken is to cross the Bullseye River to sell our fish to merchants in Evermore. They did, but they didn't kill everyone. Medea and a few others lived through it. But she's the last one still alive here. She's been a pillar for the community since then, even though the Witchmen haven't raided us since. Until now, I mean. Yes. No, I mean, that's correct. They raid other places, but they don't raid here. Well, until now. I'd always just assumed that we were under the benevolent protection of the gods. I'm nearly out. I'm nearly out. That's a relief. She's been trying.
Free at last. My thanks.
You lead. Miss me?
One day I'll be free, and nothing will stop the nightmares from taking it.
What happened?
No, you killed him!
You killed him, didn't you? I cannot trust myself to make this choice. The loss of Sir Etienne is too near to my heart. She was in league with them. Her own son led them here to Mercian's hamlet, and she let Sir Etienne die. What choice do you think I ask you to make? The woman is the hamlet's only healer. She volunteered to take care of Sir Etienne. She knew how to save him, and she chose not to. Her son was with the Reachmen that raided Mercian's hamlet. Yes, you're right. Of course she should stand trial, so that the people of Evermore can know what happened here. I will. Once I've made arrangements, we will return to the city with our captive. She was a good woman once, and in many ways still is. Whatever her fate, as it comes through my decisions, she deserves to look me in the eye as it happens.
Vex in for some competition. Can never have enough of that. Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
Hey, smart-looking person, over here! Look, I don't know you, but I need someone who knows more about magic than I do, and frankly, that's just about anyone, so you'll do. This damn mage hired me to do a job, and now he won't let me get the job done. I work for Dragonstar Caravans, and the mage hired us to come out and give him an armed escort. I hate working for mages, but I was the only one available to accommodate this bastard's schedule. So I hiked all the way out here, and now this. You're not gonna believe it, but I got here and this stupid mage... Well, you better just see for yourself. Follow me.
You know, you'd think being made of iron would be unpleasant, but it's actually rather relaxing. Or maybe that's just because I have no emotions.
Can you believe this? The fool's turned himself into iron. It's like a practical joke. I keep expecting my boss to step out from behind a rock and just tell me he wanted to see how I'd react. I'd carry the bastard if he wasn't so damn heavy. To stop me from taking him away. Said some stupid drivel about emotions. If there's one thing I hate more than magic, it's emotions. Can you just deal with this for me? I can't even think at this point.
Hello there. I suggest you don't try to pick me up. You'll only injure your back. Don't ask for any long-winded explanations, either. It's tiring to talk when you're made of iron. No choice. That brute was going to forcibly remove me from the ruins, and I can't leave yet. I have to get my emotions back under control first. Precisely. My emotions are gone. Fear, anger, happiness, sadness. They got away from me, in the literal sense. It's this alien relic here. It's a gateway into the Salasili dream state. But by the time I realized it, my emotions were already gone. Yes, you could go into the dream state and convince them to come back. You'll have to upset them, though. Drive them to experience their counterbalanced state. Anger to fear, happiness to sadness, that sort of thing.
I can't believe this. You're just gonna lie down and take a nap?
Hello there! I'm so glad you came by. I think I'm about to make a new friend, and you know what that means. I don't know about you, but when I make a new friend, I like to have a celebration. Buttons does too. Buttons and I are favorite friends, but there's always room for one more inside our circle of love. And you're invited! You want a quibble cake? Oh, my grandmother gave me Buttons as a pet when I was just a little boy. We were inseparable. When I was little, he carried me on his back. And when I got big, I carried him on my shoulder. Buttons is my favorite friend in all of Tamriel. Hey, you stop that! You're hurting Buttons' feelings. You're hurting my feelings too. I'm going back to Arnatoli. Don't! Please! You're going to eviscerate me, I just know it. I don't want to be eviscerated. It sounds awful. Because I had a nightmare, and someone told me they were going to eviscerate me. They described it in great detail. Then it wasn't a very funny joke. My father was eviscerated, as a matter of fact. I'll put up with a lot, but jokes about evisceration are where I draw the line. Oh, now you're making jokes about my mother. Now you've done it. Now you've made me mad. I'm going back to Arnatoli.
Nice hole.
Did you see how gray it is here? Everything is gray, just like my life. One long chain of miserable, lonely days. I don't know. I was hoping you knew, but now... You're fobbing. You expect me to believe that you really want to listen to all my complaining? You must think I'm a fool. Now that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. You think if I stop talking about it, it'll just go away? Like that's some secret trick to dealing with sadness. That's just hysterical. What are you looking at? Did I say you could look at me? I don't think so. I don't even want you sharing my air. You're a festering boil on the lip of reality. I don't like boils or things that fester. Move on. Or do you have a... Oh, tell me you didn't say that. Tell me I didn't hear that right. How would you like a staff blast to your stupid, ugly face? Get ready. Gods, you're ruthless! Please, no more! You're really scaring me now! I'm going back to Arnatoli! You are so pathetic. It just makes me laugh. I think we should be friends. Maybe later I'll tell you about buttons and our... I miss buttons without... For some reason, looking at you makes me want to vomit. My emotions just feel like they're going to burst out and run away again. Overall, though, I am feeling a little lighter on my feet. I think so. I won't know for sure until I get home to my wife. Come to think of it, she's very similar to this Ayleid relic. She's old and strange and
So when I saw you go down for a nap, I decided this partnership was over. I certainly didn't think you were doing your part. Then the mage suddenly stands up and says he's ready to go, and that I have you to thank for it. Is that true? All right, I don't need to hear any more. I'm not gonna pretend I understand any of this, and I don't really want to. Here's your half of the payment. I'll make sure the mage gets safely to his destination.
Breaking free!
I was wondering if you were going to make it. I hired one of these little boats to ferry me down the bay. Whatever it takes to get as far away from that troll's den as possible. It's expensive, but I have the coin to spare now. I sold some of the troll's loot, of course. I suppose you're here looking for your cut. You certainly deserve it. Best of luck to you, friend.
I can't believe our troops are climbing the Shrouded Pass. I guess it's the only way to reach the Doomcrag. Wouldn't want to be up there.
big family, you have to know how to scrap. Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. Hole.
He's too sick to travel again if this fails. It's the waiting that's the worst. If Kerbal has some magic cure, why doesn't she just give it to my husband? To all of these poor souls. Are you also waiting to see Kerbal? She's the village's mayor. They say Kerbal can cure any disease, but once cured, you can never leave the village. I'm not sick, but my husband Draven is, and if we have to live in a hovel for the rest of our lives to save him, that's fine by me. That's another strange thing. It's hidden, through the cave up the hill. Kerbal will send for me eventually, but I'm worried. It's forever without him. Could you... You'll need to talk to the guard by the cave entrance before you go. They don't take... To be honest, we don't know. He doesn't like to talk about it, even to me. Last month he locked himself in our basement and refused to come out, as if he was afraid I'd catch it from him. I heard all about a legendary village where all illnesses cured, ever since I was a lad. When Draven got sick, I needed to find it, or learn whether Draven entered the village a week ago. Kerbal says it's part of the treatment, to see how the patient fares without his or her family.